going on, y'all? Chilling. It's another day, sunny Florida, beautiful weather out today. Man, I gotta love it. You think back of all the years you lived up in New York, and it was cold and damp. Anyway, so I got me some patterns traced out. I want to just go over what we got going on. I want to talk about a few different things in this episode. So basically what I'm prepping is for my rear subframe. And I got a template made out. I already cut my template out of wood. I got my angles. I'm going to go over that in just a second with you guys. In the background behind me, right there, that chop saw is a beast. I want to go over that too. So it's a little expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Let me spin the camera around and show you what we're working on. All right, so basically this is going to be my rear subframe. Okay, that line indicates center of axle. And basically what I've done is I figured out my angles on what I need to achieve my goal. Chassis is going to lay in the ground. This is the back half of it. This is going to get miter cut, and then there'll be a sub connector to connect the other frame rail, basically like this, and it'll be cut on a 45 like so, run across. So basically what I did was I went ahead and I made this here template. I didn't want to take up all of the back of the truck, but I'm going to have to take a good portion of it. So this is what we've got going on. I plumbed me a line here, and I know it's a little big and awkward, but something's better than nothing. That angle is a 75-degree angle. That's the angle of our subframe. This is a 75-degree angle here. So that's going to obviously run up into it. And the center of the floor will have to get cut out, which is inside of here. All this will have to get cut out. And I'm trying to leave a portion of this for my boom box. I don't know how much I'm going to get. And yeah, so, and then I also got to keep in mind with a fuel cell. So anyway, so basically that's what we're working on here. We're going to end up cutting this pinch molding off underneath. So when it lays, I got to obviously fix this. It's going to lay on this here rocker. So yeah. So the back half, I got plumbed the line. There's a lip where we're going to have some body mounts. So basically I got 4-inch channel, 4-inch box tubing, which will stop about here, and then I'll weld tabs on it with body mounts because there's holes right up in here, and you can see that right up there. So, yeah. Rear end's all prepped, ready to go. I need to narrow it a total of 6 inches. Currently, it was sitting at 56. We need to go to 46. I was discussing in my last video about the axles. In case you didn't know, if you guys build mini trucks, like I said again, as long as your splines are within this diameter, Moiser, I probably pronounced it wrong, Moiser Engineering can respline your axles. So it's not like you have to have a custom set of axles built. So it's basically doing it on a budget. I've got to make a jig to press the bearings out. I tried yesterday. I'm going to convert this to disc brakes anyway in my press, and I did not succeed. So basically I got to make a plate that sits over this, weld a piece of pipe over the center, have a flange going in it, lock it into the hydraulic press, and then press the bearing, press the axle out. So yeah, so that's basically what we're working on. It's coming along really nice. This line here indicates where this whole back half of the frame is going to get replaced. So from here down is going to be all new 2x4 by 3/16 box tubing, new tranny cross member, because you got to keep in mind I'm also narrowing the frame a total of 6 inches, 3 and 3. It's going to get sucked in. I ran into another dilemma, which I'll show you this way. I didn't really take into consideration, but typically when you lay a front end out, you know, you could tuck it in the inside of the fenders, your tire, and your tire could hit the top here, but that's going to leave me with using a 20-inch tire, and I don't know if I can do 17s with a 20-inch tire overall. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. I've got to look. I got to look at tire sizes, but if not, I'm gonna have to narrow the front end more. Because where's my hood? You can see the hood is tapered in. So normally, well, let me go outside. I'll show you like this. It'll be better off. I got another Samurai on the side of the house. All right, so we got another Samurai out here. You can see what I'm talking about. If you look down the body line here, you see the hood is curved in. Your tire is not going to, it's not going to work. So that means the tire has to go all the way up in there, and it has to go all the way into the side, and I don't think it's going to work at all. So I'm going to have to try and find a 20-inch tire. I don't know if it's possible, but yeah, so we need the rim and tire to go no higher than here. We don't want to deal with that bullshit. So yeah, this is basically 20 inches from here down to here. 20 and a half ish. Yeah, so anyway, go back inside. Gotta save your scrap metal, man. That's money. Everything goes. We don't discriminate. All sorts of metal. So basically that's where we're at. I've got to get the body off the chassis. Well, it's not really on it. It's looks like it's on it, but it's not. Got to get these two separated. I've got to get the engine and tranny out of the front half of the frame, and then I could start laying everything on the ground. I've got a set of tubular control arms coming. What I'm going to do is, in another episode, we're going to eliminate this here stabilizer. This keeps the lower control arm from doing this when you hit bumps and stuff, because it only has one bolt in the back end there. So what we're going to do is we're going to beefing this up inside here and weld pipe in the inside, hollow out the bolt hole here with a hole saw. Slide the pipe in, get our line, our axle line, and basically weld the pipe inside there, gusset it up nice, and that will eliminate this here. And I've got a set of uppers coming also, so I've got uppers and lowers. It was a budget gig, $200 eBay, so we're gonna make that work. Yeah, so that's basically where we're at. Engine's got to come out, strip the frame, narrow the frame, get all the steering stuff off. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. Might want to wait until once I have this all out and I can get this body up on the lift, I can clean my edges up and I can do my floor. Once the front half of the floor is done, then I can go ahead and cut out the back half. It's actually very solid. Well, the frame isn't, but obviously because it's on jack stands. Body's very solid. I am not worried about it flexing. It's really not rotted all that bad. Well, the floor was, but the rest of the body's solid. Once the floor is in, we're going to cut out the back half and then go from there. So that's basically where we're at. It's coming along. It's coming along really good. I'm very happy. Like I said, I got my jig here. Now all I've got to do is take these pieces trace them out, and cut them. Now this here saw, it's called an Evolution. This uses a fancy blade. I forget the name of the blade, but this thing is like a laser beam cutting through box tubing. A channel that I watch, Puddin's Fab Shop, used to have an old chop saw. He went and splurged, bought himself one of these when he was doing his subframe. Clean cuts, boom, boom, boom. So if you ever tried cutting box tubing with a chop saw, it doesn't work. It's terrible. It doesn't want to cut through it. So this uses a 14-inch blade, and it just rips right through it. It's pretty easy to, you got your sling here, your pull here, you just loosen this up. You can set your angle, whatever you want, lock it down, boom, boom, and you're good to go. So very well made saw. Package came packaged really nicely. Yeah, it was about, I'll leave a link in the description. I think it was like 400 and something bucks on Amazon. I got a little payment plan going with Amazon. If you got a Prime card, you're able to do like 6 monthly payments of like 60 bucks or something like that. So yeah, we're gonna set that on the floor later and start cutting our tubing up. We've got 12-foot sections of 2x4 by 3/16 box tubing. And that's about it. I had to make a video real quick. You gotta see this thing. This thing's insane. You would never get a clean cut like this with a chop saw, ever, using a whatchamacallit blade. This thing is frickin' insane. So there it is. I want to say it took me less than an hour to cut all these pieces. Nice clean edges. All I got left to do now is bevel all the edges. Get all any grease off them, clean them up nice. I radius the corners, so the back part where your bumper is going to connect to will be nice and flat. It'll look nice. Hell yeah, man. That saw is a lifesaver, that Evolution. Unbelievable. All my corners are, all my cuts are nice and clean and straight. You try cutting this stuff here with a chop saw, and it's a nightmare, absolute nightmare, trying to get nice, clean, crisp edges. So that's it. That's going to do it for today. Adding this in, I had originally was going to finish the video, and I wanted to post this up here. So yeah, that's going to do it for today. Take care.